So our aim for today is looking at using the Pythagorean theorem. We have used Pythagorean theorem before, so today's a review of combining a lot of ideas with Pythagorean theorem that we already have. Two key points that I really want to focus in on that we do not have represented in our diagram of the Pythagorean theorem are written right down here. So when we look at the legs, this is the most important thing when using Pythagorean theorem, is that we have correctly labeled the legs, A and B. So we need to know what those two things are first. So we know the legs always make the right angle. And if for some reason we're not given a picture, and we're given an example like 3, 4, and 5 are the sides of a triangle, how do you determine which two are the legs? Well, the two legs are always the two smallest of the sides given to you. So one thing that I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and work through these problems. I'm going to give you a little bit of a head start on these problems. Then I'm going to work through them. And if you happen to catch up or get stuck, you can wait for me to catch up and you can find the point or the information that you need to. So at this point, you should be able to check the first problem. Are there any questions about the first problem? Okay. Keep working. I'm going to continue to try and catch up with you by working on the second problem. If you're done, you should be checking my work as you go, or as I go. Were there any questions about this second problem? Okay, the last problem is the problem where you are asked to figure out if something is a right triangle. So yes, we see this right triangle symbol down here in the bottom, but really in this particular type of problem, we're trying to figure out if that was correctly put there. So start by labeling the sides and plugging in everything into Pythagorean theorem to see if that makes a true statement. After plugging everything into Pythagorean theorem, I get this statement: 325 equals 400. Kip yes or kip no. Is this a right triangle? No. So that statement is not true. So this is definitely not a right triangle. In order for it to be a right triangle, it must make a true statement with Pythagorean theorem. Any other questions before we move on with our work?